Ladies, gentlemen, taco lovers, and prize picks fans all across the world, it's that time of the week again. Taco Tuesday! And the voters out on Twitter have already blessed us with our first taco of the day. But before we get into that taco and start looking into whether it's a good taco or a bad taco, you guys got to do me a favor. Make sure that you've subscribed to the channel, hit the like button, and go down to the comment section and let me know, do you like your tacos crunchy or do you like them soft? Me personally, I'm a crunchy guy. I got to have that crunch factor. The texture's a must when it comes to my tacos. Appreciate everybody being here. Let's not waste any more of your time and get into today's Taco Tuesday plays. Now, I got your three side items, accoutrement, if you will, to go along with your taco, which is going to be Pablo Lopez of the Minnesota Twins, by the way. His discount, he went from 7.5 strikeouts all the way down to 5.5 strikeouts, giving us a 2 strikeout value here out on Prize Picks. So we're going to take a look at some of the numbers together, see what Pablo Lopez is projecting for. We can take a look at some of his game logs real quick and see if this is a good taco play or not. So I appreciate you guys joining me for today's Taco Tuesday Especial. Let's start by going over to the bat by Derek Carty. This is, by the way, my number one, by far, favorite MLB projection tool to use. They have everything that you could possibly want to know as far as projections for pitchers, for hitters, and I think they just discounted it for the rest of the MLB season. You can find the bat by Derek Carty on Roto Grinders, which is the site we're going to be looking at today, or check out EV Analytics. It's also hosted there. They just made some fantastic upgrades to the EV Analytics site, and it just makes it that much easier to play on Prize Picks and use the bat projections over on EV Analytics. All right. So here we go. Pablo Lopez, 5.5 strikeouts. We want to know, as taco takers, if we should be ordering the tacos today or not. It looks like a good taco to me. We got a first projection here for Pablo Lopez at 6.8 strikeouts. That's very close to 7 strikeouts. Again, he needs at least 6 strikeouts to pay us off today. So the first projection, again, provided by the bat, is looking like a very promising one for Pablo Lopez. We're going to jump over to RotoWire because I want to be thorough here and make sure that I'm giving you a couple of different projections, because all projection models aren't created equal. Some things are weighted differently from model to model. So I want to give you a holistic view, right? I want to show you some different projection models. In this case, we've got Pablo Lopez over on RotoWire projected for a healthy 7.01 strikeouts. Again, that's more than the 5.5, which is where his taco line is currently set. Let's head over to Fantasy Labs. Fantasy Labs is going to have Pablo Lopez strikeout prediction, if you go all the way to this last column here, at 7.41 projected strikeouts. So once again, things are looking up here for Pablo Lopez. The chances of him going over 5.5 strikeouts is looking more and more better by the moment. Let's head over to NumberFire. NumberFire is a completely free site. If you guys are looking for some free projections, well, NumberFire's got them. And they have Pablo Lopez projected today for 7.1 strikeouts. So there you go. There's 4 different projection models that all love Lopez for more than 5.5 Ks. And then we'll finish it up by looking at FTN. FTN's going to have Pablo Lopez up here. Let's pull up the strikeout projections and see what they have him projected for. A healthy 7.5 projected Ks, guys. That's 5 out of 5 for those of you keeping track at home. 5 different projection models. They all have Pablo Lopez going over 5.5 strikeouts. So why would we want to go against the taco? I'm not going to. I'm obviously going to eat this taco up. But before I go and start feasting on tacos, I want to show you some of his game logs real quick. And we can do that thanks to props.cash. They make it easy for us to take a look at some of the game logs here for Pablo Lopez. So we have props.cash pulled up. If you're not using props.cash yet and you want access to all these fancy graphs and charts, I've left a link down in the description below. Use code Curry. Get yourself started on props.cash with a 25% discount on your first month. Definitely check out the special link that I've left for you in the description of today's video. So just taking a look at his line at 7.5, you see he's hit in 50% of the games. But again, we're getting a Taco Tuesday discount here on Pablo Lopez. So it's important that we take this little button, we click this down to 5.5. And when we do that, we see that he's got a whopping 90% hit rate. He has gone over 5.5 strikeouts in 18 out of 20 games this season, averaging a healthy 7.6 Ks per game. We could take this a step further, look at a previous matchup versus the Seattle Mariners. He's already faced them very recently. July 20th, he had 7 strikeouts at Seattle on the road against the Mariners. He struck them out 7 times. So again, we need 6 or better. In this case, we're looking like a green bean on our tacos. Do you like green beans on your tacos? I don't think that's a very good topping to put on your tacos. All right, let's take this one step further, though. All right, we've looked at his game logs for the season, game logs at 5.5 strikeouts, game log against the Seattle Mariners. Now, tonight he's going to be pitching, I believe, on the road, or is he at home? Let me double check this real quick. I want to make sure that I'm giving you the right information. Okay, he's going to be at home. So we could change the splits. Instead of looking at all the games, we could look at just his home games. And at home, he actually has a higher strikeout per game average, averaging 8 strikeouts per game when he's pitching in front of the Minnesota Twins fans. When we dial this back down to 5.5, you see that he's gone over this number in 8 out of 9 games. So that's an 89% hit rate when he pitches at home. He's already covered against Seattle. He's got a very high 90% hit rate overall, whether he's pitching on the road or at home. So things are looking up and up here for Pablo Lopez. I'm not going to try and get cute. I'm going to take the over here as the Seattle Mariners rank 2nd in strikeout rate against right-handed pitchers. So there's a lot to like here about Pablo Lopez today if you have not caught wind yet. All right, I'm going to give you another pitching prop here. We're looking at Andrew Abbott of the Cincinnati Reds. His projected pitches thrown line is at 95.5 pitches thrown. Of course, we're going to go back to the bat here, pull up Andrew Abbott, and I'm going to show you what his projected pitch count is looking like today. All right, his baseline pitch count is at 94, but due to the matchup today against the Milwaukee Brewers, the bat has him projected for just 90 pitches thrown, which is going to be less than his line of 95.5. Now, the ceiling or most pitches that he might potentially have tonight is about 108, but we're more worried about that middle number, that 90, okay? So things are looking pretty good here though thus far. Let's go over to Fantasy Labs. They're going to have a projection for Andrew Abbott as well. Go down toward the end here. You look at the projected pitch count. It's at 93.5. That's 2 pitches thrown, less than his line of 95.5. So far, we got 2 reputable models. The Bat, Fantasy Labs, both like Andrew Abbott for less than 95.5 pitches thrown. And then we'll take it to a third and final model here. We're going to go back to the FTN projections. And you can see they've got Andrew Abbott projected for 95 pitches thrown, which makes it a 3 out of 3. 3 different models all say take the under or less on Andrew Abbott at 95.5 pitches thrown. So I've given you 2 different pitching props, 2 different pitching projections for you to consider. Obviously, we like the taco with Pablo Lopez over 5.5, Andrew Abbott under 95.5 pitches thrown. Now I'm going to hit you with 2 different batting props or projections here on Prize Picks. But before I do that, I want to remind you that this is free content and I want to keep making it for you. So make sure that you're subscribed, hit the like button, run those likes up. Let's try to get at least 50 likes on a Taco Tuesday. I feel like that's pretty much light work for all of you fine folks that are watching. Appreciate all the support here. All right, let's get into our final 2 picks. The next one is going to be Luis Matos of the San Francisco Giants. I almost included this one in yesterday's video. I should have because he ended up hitting, but I'm going to go back to it today. He's taking on the Oakland A's and Ken Waldichuk, who's going to be taking the mound for the Athletics. And we're looking at Luis Matos at 0.5 hitter strikeouts. Let me show you how this is looking on the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer. And if you're not using the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer yet, this tool's a game changer. It allows you to get in on the value, get in on the picks before PrizePicks bumps things up, bump things down, or completely removes and takes picks off of the board. So we're going to type in Matos and his first name, last name. Either way, you can find him either way. And you can see here that he's got about a 51% chance to go under his hitter strikeout line, which is at 0.5. Now, yesterday, the projections were better than the way that the books had this thing going. The reason I didn't include it in yesterday's video is because he was a betting favorite to go over 0.5 strikeouts yesterday, but was projected to go under. So I was like, well, I don't want to go, a minus EV play and include that in the video. So let me just take my foot off the gas, pump the brakes on that one. But today, not only is he a plus EV play to stay under 0.5 hitter strikeouts, but he's also projecting pretty favorably here. So let's go back over to the bat. We'll type in Matos in his last name, and you can see that he's projected for just 0.44 hitter strikeouts, which is less than 0.5. Yes, it's true. It's damn true. We're going to head over to RotoWire. We're going to type in Matos' name there. 0.39 projected hitter strikeouts. That's closer to 0 than it is 1. So things are looking pretty darn good here for the under on Matos. But we'll go one more projection model. Again, we're going to go back to Number Fire, the free one out of the bunch here. 0.48 hitter strikeouts is his projection on a line of 0.5. That's 3 different models that all have Matos going under on his line of 0.5. So I feel pretty good about that one. Now, fourth final pick, Matt McLain of the Cincinnati Reds. This one's gonna maybe raise a little bit of caution, maybe make your eyes open up a little bit bigger than they normally would. Matt McLain at 1.5 hitter strikeouts. We're gonna go back to the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer and type in his last name here. And when we do that, we could see that he's about a 50-50 here. 50-50 whether or not he goes over or under his hitter strikeout line. So it's kind of a coin flip, all right? Not really a plus EV play, but not really a minus EV play. It's a neutral play. But I'm going to show you why you should give this one a little bit of consideration based on the projections that I've found here on Mr. McLain. Now, he is going up against Corbin Burnes, who was a pretty darn good strikeout artist in his own right. The first projection provided by the bat has him at 1.51, which puts him like basically right on the money as to where his line is today at 1.5 hitter strikeouts. But when we head over to RotoWire, we type in McLain's name there. You got a projection of just 1.19 hitter strikeouts, which is a whole lot less than the 1.5, meaning they expect him to strike out about 1 time, but 2 might be a little bit of a stretch. So there's a little bit of information for you on Mr. McLain. Let's see if we have a third and final projection. I don't know if we do or not. Yeah, they actually do have him up on Number Fire at 1.32 hitter strikeouts. So that's 3 different models that have him at 1.5 or less hitter strikeouts here, which would mean that I would be favoring the under on Matt McLain, even though he's kind of a neutral EV play. So those are your 4 picks. You could choose how to pair these up however you want. Obviously, you can't put Abbott and McLain in a 2-pick power play. They play on the same team. You would need to include somebody from a different team. So I think what I'm going to do here is just stick to the pitchers in this case. And I'm going to go with Pablo Lopez over his pitcher strikeouts. I'm going to go Andrew Abbott under his 95.5 pitches thrown. I'm going to risk the full $25 maximum amount on this. If you guys want to play this a different way, feel free to do what you want to do. Take the picks you like, leave the rest for me. I think in this case, though, I'm going to run this as a 2-pick power play and take Abbott and Lopez and see what happens tonight. Good luck if you decide to tail. If not, that's okay too. I'm just happy that you guys decided to stop by and spend a little bit of time with me on this lovely Taco Tuesday. Make sure you're subscribed with notifications turned on. Hit the like button on your way out and leave a comment. Crunchy or soft tacos? I want to know what you like. We'll catch you in the next video, guys. Peace.